All right, folks, we're moving on to evaluating some expressions. Evaluate just means find the value of this thing. So number 37, we got a whole bunch going on, but we can find the value by following the order of operations. We're going to hit the gem today, hit the gems, which means we're going to deal with groups first, then exponents, then we're going to multiply, then we're going to subtract or multiply and divide. We're going to subtract and add. Um, just like PEMDAS, except we're trying to avoid the confusion because multiply and divide have the same priority, which just means we do whichever one comes first. And the G replaces the parenthesis letter because not parentheses aren't the only form of a grouping symbol, and we'll see that when we get to number 39. But for now, we're going to look for a group. We have a big group here from this parenthesis all the way to this parenthesis, but even inside those parentheses. So now we're just looking at this portion because the parentheses have drawn us to that. -5 times 4. So we got to figure out what goes in those parentheses before we can do anything outside of those parentheses. Inside those parentheses, we have more parentheses. What's -2 minus 7? It's -9 squared minus -5 times 4. Now what operations do we have? Oh, we have an exponent. So -9 squared is 81 minus -5 times 4. Now we don't have any more groups or exponents. Well, I guess we have parentheses, but there's no operations being done in those parentheses. So now we're ready to multiply. What's -5 times 4? It's -20. What's 81 minus -20? That's just 81 plus 20, which is 101. Okay, so all of that in the parentheses is equal to 101. So we have -1 plus 10 minus parentheses 101. So those parentheses aren't really doing anything now because all the operations in there are done. So it's just -1 plus 10 minus 101. Now we're ready to subtract and add. We just do that in order. What's -1 plus 10? It's 9 minus 101 is -92. Order of operations, absolutely crucial because it's a part of all algebra, all math. You have to know that order of operations. It's a source of great debate on the internet. So we want to be locked in on order of operations. All right, let's do number 39. Again, hitting the gems. I'm going to look for groups first. So yeah, parentheses are groups, and we have a lot of them. Inside this first set of parentheses, we have a numerator and a denominator, but this right here, I want to point this out. This is also a grouping symbol. The top and the bottom are in groups. We want to simplify the whole numerator, simplify the whole denominator before we do anything, before we divide them. So looking into the numerator, we've got -3 times 2 minus, what's 7 minus 5? It's 2. So, and then -3 times 2 is -6. -2 minus 2 is -8. And so this set of parentheses here is really just -8 over 8. Isn't that much more simple? And we're multiplying that by what's -2 minus 5? -7. So now we're going to do the division that's in these parentheses, and we get -1 times -7, which is just equal to 7. Yippee. All right. That's it for order of operations for right now. Doing great.